HoonTV!
Alright, so you're going to have to excuse me because I'm got a bit of a cold at the moment and a bit stuffed up, but yeah, this is basically me trying to be one of those video blog guys, and this is what I'd call a bit of a momentous occasion. Today is the day that my turbo bike leaves me for good and goes to its new owner. So I call this Hoonda build part final. Now, I guess out and about for a bit of a ride, so I'll just take it easy. So yeah, anyway, this is the lovely southern suburbs of Adelaide, just going for a bit of a cruise. Just want to go down and get some shots of the bike and tell you a little bit about it, but I guess in the lead up to me pulling over and getting some shots with a better camera, this is me basically going through the build. Now, this bike, I bought this as an immaculate 1998 Fireblade from a bike dealer in Sydney. I don't know if it was one owner or not, but I only had about 20,000 Ks on it. And from there, me being a bit of a Fireblade guy, I took it and prettied it up, did a 17-inch front wheel conversion on it, cool exhaust system, a few other bits and pieces. But from there, I the bug bit with Streetfighters and took all the front fairings off it, put a set of motocross bars on it so I could hang out with all the Street Fighter guys on the yearly April Fool's run. I rode around for a little while. It was a bit of fun, but tragically a good friend, Antoine, who was the editor of Street Monsters magazine in France, he passed away through a motorbike incident at a racetrack. It was really unfortunate, and he was such a loved guy and such an awesome guy. I was lucky enough to hang out with him in France, just briefly, but we spoke a lot and I did some work for him. But after that I got inspired and I wanted to do something not so much purely as a tribute to him, but in some sort of a way as a tribute to him and his magazine. So myself and Ben from Extreme Creations put our heads together and we basically decided to build a turbo bike out of it. And Ben, being the amazing bike builder that he is, we basically tore the thing down and got to work. And from there it was a matter of just basically piecing it together. But as you can see, I'm down at this, wouldn't say abandoned piece of road, but it's a road next to the Adelaide desalination plant, which seems to be used as the local burnout pad. I'm not too sure how much the police this street, but it looks quite active. There's plenty of fresh rubber here and it makes for a brilliant place for photo shoots. But yeah, actually while I'm turning around and getting into shape, I'll get back up the hill and you can see some overlay shots of some drone stuff we did here the other week. There's a burnout tyre on the side of the road there. Alright, so let's switch to the handycam shot right now. Alright, so here it is. This is Hoonda, completed, fuel injected, and just about to go to its new owner. As you can see, it's not really a 1998 Fireblade anymore. It was very much modified from front to back with the, as they say, no stone unturned. Now, I guess starting from the front to the back, if you look here, we've got a set of Carrozzeria, if that's how you pronounce it, forged wheels in the, I think they call it bright chrome or something like that look. And they are in a set of K8 GSXR 1000 forks. And with that though, we also got the Carrozzeria bigger disc rotors, so you can see in here we've got the little spacers
to suit the larger diameter brake. Okay, now moving around the front here. Yep, there's a train coming. Lucky I'm nowhere near it. Okay, so this is the Shoyo Moto headlight. Now I don't know if these guys are still around, I can't seem to find them, but they were good friends with Antoine, hence the reason I use this. Wouldn't say it was the best headlight as far as projecting light out, but it kind of looks cool, so we went with it. Okay, so over the top here for this front end conversion, we've got an Extreme Creations billet top triple clamp. Now Ben makes them all in-house obviously, and it's got his bar riser clamps there for a nice bit of gear. Front of that, little custom plate there with a aeroflow boost gauge in it, and then just up here a bit more BXP stuff from Ben, the brake reservoir there with a GSXR 1000 mass cylinder and some billet levers, and they're all on a set of Pro Taper handlebars, so that all is quite nice to ride. Now down here, this is one of the amazing bits that Ben did for me. This is an Acewell 58-56 Speedo, really nice bit of gear, but rather than mounting it up the front there, Ben actually CNC machined a steel inset and welded it all into the tank and then molded it all into place. So little bit of trick there, there's a pipe that goes right through the tank till the wires come out the bottom. Okay. Now this paint here, all the paint that's on it now, it used to be silver, but now it's a gunmetal grey. That was all done by my good friend Aaron. He's painted many cars and many bikes, so he knows what he's doing, and yeah, the bike's come up amazing since he's done it. This is the seat on the bike. This is done by a good bloke here in Adelaide called Tony from Southland Trim. All he does is bike seats, so if you need a bike seat and you're in South Australia, or if you're interstate, you can always send it to him, but yeah, he does an amazing job. Now the back here, same deal as the front. We've got a Carrozzeria forged wheel and an S3 wave rotor on that. There's a turbo there, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now down here, this may look like any old sprocket, but it's not, because Ben from Extreme Creations made this sprocket. He made this and had a little nice touch to it here by putting the word Hoonda on it. Very cool. Very tough sprocket too, and on top of that, I believe this chain is called a Triple X chain, or a Triple Z, I think, maybe. Same chain they use on turbo high buses and stuff like that, so plenty strong enough for what we need. Now, as you can see there, that's not a Fireblade swing arm, that's an RSV Millie Aprilia swing arm. So there's a little bit of stuffing around, but Ben knew what he's doing, made all the spaces and everything, and offset the bottom of the shock absorber to suit. So that all came in nicely, and with the gap underneath, it actually helped us quite a bit to put the turbo on it. They are DBR rear sets from the UK, really nice bit of gear, very nicely made. Coming back around the other side here, another nice bit of gear from Ben was a replacement of the factory engine cover here to this Hoonda billet one that Ben made. Hoonda by Extreme Creations. He's an absolute genius, this bloke, and one of my best mates. Really good guy. Can't speak highly enough of him. He's not just an engineer, he's an artist. Alright, now for the fun bit. Oh, hang on. Another Extreme Creations billet reservoir there, and a little Anderson plug above that, just to eliminate having to rip the seat off and everything if you leave it around for too long and have to jump start it. But here's the fun bit. The turbo. So Garrett T28. This is off a Nissan Silvia, off an SR20, I believe, S14A. So first generation S14. Turbo itself comes in through a little pod filter with a little cane and sleeve over it. The whole front housing of the turbo has been powder coated. Rear housing's all been ceramic coated along with the exhaust that leads up to it. Underneath we've got a Turbo Smart adjustable wastegate actuator. That also was a bit of Ben's handiwork putting that on, but worked out really nicely. Now for the tricky bit, if I can get in here, the tank, we've got a custom plenum that Ben made, and onto that, originally this bike had carbies on it, as you would have seen, but I pulled them off and put GSXR 1000 throttle bodies on it, and an Adaptronic computer, so I'll flick in a photo of that as well. Wanted to go fuel injection just because the carbies, it was very tricky getting the fuel pressures right, and yeah, at least with fuel injection it's always going to start and run and not piss out fuel everywhere and all that sort of fun stuff. So in the tank itself, up underneath, you can't really see it, but there's a Walbro high flow fuel pump, and put in a set of 450cc injectors as well, so it's got plenty enough fuel. There you have it, that's the Hoonda. So walking around, very shaky because this is all handheld handycam. Remind me to take that tape off the number plate before I get going. Now, from what I understand, the new owner is going to be continuing on where I left off, and he's pretty keen to use it for show and shines and take it to bike events and stuff like that, which is cool. So hopefully it'll get seen around a bit more, but I guess I'm pretty much done here. I'll probably ramble on a little bit more on the ride home, but yeah, thanks for your time and thanks for following the build up on the bike.